F175 just happened and it was full of both exciting and surprising moments. Let's just run through a couple of my tops. Both surprising and exciting was the return of pink to the Alpine livery. After last year's tease about the pink camo that never really came to fruition, I was happy to see a very girly pop livery this year. On the surprising side, we have seen so much chatter about Jack and Pierre both buzzing their hair, and them wearing hats was kind of surprising to me. In a very surprising moment, Mercedes stuck with the same slogan that they used for Lewis Hamilton's goodbye tour last year, which was "Every dream needs a team." Not only was it surprising that they used the same slogan that seemed to have been billed as part of Lewis's farewell tour, but also it was a slogan that was very criticized overall. I was very surprised to see them moving into this new era with a slogan that was like very specific to an old era. Positive though, honestly, Kimi has really endeared himself to me. It was cool to see the new Adidas 3-stripe logo on the suits, and ever since someone said that Kimi Antonelli reminds them of a Tom Holland Peter Parker, I gotta be honest, I'm really rooting for him. I will also say on the Kimi Antonelli note, I cannot imagine what it would be like for all of the rookies that entered the grid this year for this to be their first introduction as a Formula One driver. It's such a different energy and so intense, and like specifically for Gabriele Bortoleto, your entry to Formula One being a full-on drumline in a stadium, very, very intense. Another big positive and very exciting to me was seeing the inclusion of F1 Academy drivers in a number of different aspects. F1 Academy drivers were obviously there and were seen on screen for a couple of moments. F1 Academy received their own like kind of highlight package, and VCarb, Red Bull, and Mercedes all showed their F1 Academy drivers in their launch videos. Obviously, it would have been cool if every team had done the same, but nonetheless, it was very cool to see them included on this larger level. And last but certainly not least, Lewis Hamilton has literally never looked happier. I think there were a lot of positives and negatives, but overall, I do think it was cool to be able to actually see these livery launches in a way that we're not usually able to if you're not physically at the event. I am kind of curious what the actual brief was for these teams, if they were just told a certain amount of time that they had to fill, because there wasn't a very cohesive thing from each team. Red Bull's drivers didn't speak at all. Some teams had really intense video packages. We had a drumline from Stake Sauber. Ferrari did a big Enzo Ferrari tribute, and McLaren had a number of their own classic cars on the stage. So overall, it seemed like everyone was kind of allowed to do whatever they wanted as long as they showed the car in some capacity. So I'm curious, what did you guys think? Did you tune in? Will you watch the live stream later? Was this more exciting for you than the old livery launch system? Did you have a favorite livery? And what is your overall score for F175?